So, hello, my name is Jessica Donegan and I'm a realtor for Keller Williams La Jolla. I'm on the Gary Kent team. I've been licensed for almost 12 years and I'm a broker associate. So I have been living in San Diego for about 16 years and I absolutely love San Diego. And I think that if you were to film the next episode of House Hunters here in San Diego, it would be your best decision yet. So a few things about me and a few things about San Diego. Like I said, I've lived here for 16 years. So much to do here. There's anything that you want to do, you can do. Obviously, we're really known for our beaches. So I myself just tried paddleboarding for the first time and I love it. I'm absolutely hooked. And my husband, he is an avid fisherman and he actually was one of the first guys to start kayak fishing out in La Jolla. So we get seafood all the time. We eat yellowtail all the time. We've been having lobster. And crazy enough, he actually caught a thresher shark. That's one with a big, tail, and they brought it in on the kayak. It was pretty crazy, actually. He's kind of crazy. So that's all the love to do at the beaches. Besides the beaches, we have a lot of other things that San Diego is known for. We have the downtown life. We've just revamped the Gaslamp District. So there's tons of stuff to do down there. We have museums, we have the parks. Balboa Park is pretty famous. We have the world famous zoo. We even have Shamu. So the coolest thing though that I think that San Diego has to offer is its location. It's very central to everything. In fact, if I want to go skiing, all I have to do is drive about an hour and I'm skiing. If I want to go to the desert, that's about an hour too, and that's as fun as well. There's tons of stuff to do over there. We have Mexico. I already mentioned the beaches. One of the other little secrets about San Diego, that if it's raining here, if the weather's bad in the winter, we want to see snow or maybe we want some apple pie, we just go on to Julian. That's about 45 minutes away. So for the most part, San Diego County has something to offer for everyone. And quite frankly, that's why everyone loves to live here. That's why everyone wants to live here. So you may wonder where I get all this energy to take my clients all over God's creation of the county. Well, besides the fact that I teach a spin class that gets me really pumped up, I have to say it's kind of cheesy, but I really do believe in what I'm selling. I love San Diego and I personally cannot imagine living anywhere else, so it's very easy for me to take my clients, help them find what area they like, and find something great about each and every area of San Diego. So, one challenge though that applies to all buyers and all people in San Diego is it can be expensive to live. It's not cheap. So therefore it makes it a little bit more difficult to buy a home. But right now, that's why it's so exciting here in San Diego. Right now is the best time. Prices are probably 50% of what they were on average from the peak. And so you get a really good deal on houses, but besides that, it's really cheap to borrow money. So it's a win-win. And that's actually where Mark and Katie come in. So they've been very patient with the market. They kind of have been looking for a while, but they were patient, they saved their money, they planned ahead, and now I think is the perfect time and they have started their search. So Mark and Katie, they're one of the cutest couple. You probably already saw their video. They're young, they're pretty, they're cute, they're fun, they're energetic, they're very, very cool. I met them a few years ago, like I said, and Katie, when I met her, she was still in school. She went to school to become a child psychologist, so she's really, really smart. And Mark, he was transitioning into property management, so he really likes numbers and he loves real estate and he loves the idea of buying a home. So this is obviously their first time buying a home, and there's nothing that I love more than helping first-time home buyers get into a home. So the other thing about Mark and Katie that I think is pretty cool is their personalities. They're very engaging, they're fun, they're considerate, and as far as a couple to watch, they both have something very interesting to bring to the table. So it was a lot of fun working with them and showing them properties. And did I tell you she's a child psychologist? So really, she's a realist. That's what I like to think of her. She's a very positive person, she's very down to earth, and she's realistic. And Mark, he has big dreams. He plans accordingly though. He doesn't just make, haphazard decisions. He has a goal, he sets the plan in motion, and he gets it done. Also, the one thing I learned about Mark along the way is he claims that he can fix anything, but I'm not sure. I won't disagree with him. We'll say that much. So our house hunting adventure begins like this. A young couple looking to buy their first home. They saved their money. They were patient with the market. And obviously, like most home buyers, they want to get the most bang for the buck. So we started in East County. And I don't know if you're from around here, but East County is it has a lot to offer, I must admit. The cool things about East County is you have large lots, you get big homes, there's plenty of space to run around. So that's one end of the spectrum that people feel when they, or think of when they think of East County. The other end of the spectrum is tumbleweeds. You know, sometimes you get some tumbleweeds that go through. It's a little further out, and some people think it's a different dynamic than, say, the beach area or the downtown. So, you know, that's the two different theories with East County. But nonetheless, like I said, biggest bang for the buck. We start looking at homes, and I think it's going well. I think we're doing great. You know, big houses, plenty of space, nice yard, you know, get a dog, maybe if they're going to have kids later. But they're not saying much, so I think it's great. I think great. We're going to get them into a home in East County. But later I found out that Katie actually falls into that latter category about East County. Turns out she does not like tumbleweeds in her hair. Pfft, go figure, I don't know. So we had to go back to the drawing board. Actually, Mark and Katie had to go back to the drawing board because they needed to figure out location. That was a #1 priority for them, location and neighborhood. It was just too far away. So they talked about it and they decided that, you know what, even though I don't go to the beach every day, even though I only go downtown once in a while, I still want to live in Central San Diego. That is where the fun is at. So we repositioned our search and we started looking in Central San Diego. So obviously, to stay within a budget, we started looking at certain areas that also gave you lots of space, maybe had yards, things like that. So we started in Claremont, Bay Park, Bay Ho, Old Town, maybe some Pacific Beach. And the thing about this area, as far as Claremont goes, is a lot of what's for sale is going to be foreclosures and short sales. That's everywhere in America right now. But you're going to have homes that maybe don't have a lot of, you know, upkeep to them. They haven't been painted. They're not clean. We refer to them as cosmetic fixers. So you go into a place, maybe the kitchen needs some remodeling, maybe the carpet needs replaced, the walls need painted, stuff like that. Not too much of a big deal, but a fixer nonetheless. So, let's see. In an effort to kind of get closer to Central San Diego, we actually ran into what was our second problem. Mark likes projects because, you know, like I said earlier, he likes to repair stuff. And Katie, well, she doesn't like projects so much. So this is how we go. We go into a home, perfect, big, 3-bedroom, 2-bath yard. We go in, we walk in, and Mark's like, yes, you can see his face lights up. The wheels are turning. He's thinking, ooh, I can do this in the kitchen, and I can do that in the bathroom, and this color wall and that color carpet. He is sold. He loves it. It's all written up his alley. Katie, on the other hand, when she walks into the house, she walks in, she looks around, and then she gets quiet. And then she really doesn't say much. She's kind of looking around. She's not disagreeing, but you could see it on her face. Her wheels are turning, and she's saying to herself, geez, this place needs this, and it needs that, and Mark can't even like swing a hammer. And, you know, she works full-time. They both do. So in her mind, it's like work, 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 stressful day, come home, remodel a bathroom. Yeah, right. So that was kind of what became an issue #2. So we had to really strategize. We wanted location and we wanted a good neighborhood, but we wanted to fit in a really good budget. So we had to find the best of both worlds. We needed something that didn't need as much work, that wasn't so much of a fixer. So that led us to what Mark and Katie found to be their best place. This townhome, which is in Fashion Hills, centrally located. So we got the location down. The neighborhood is great. It's quiet. It's kind of like on a hill. Location-wise, like I said, central, so hop on the freeway. It's just a couple minutes away. You can get anywhere in San Diego, anywhere. If they wanted to go East County, Mexico, go skiing, they've got it. And even more so they're closer to the beaches, which was very important to them. So with this townhome, the cool thing about it is they don't have anyone above, they don't want to have anyone below, so they have that privacy there. There's lots of space. It's a 3-bedroom compared to the 1-bedroom that they have now, so geez, that's great right there. Has lots of closet space. Katie has plenty of room for all their things. It has the 2-car garage. So all that crap they have on their patio, they can now put into the garage, and they still have a beautiful patio. So this really was the best of both worlds. I could not be happier for them. Alright, so the strategy when it comes to working with any of my clients is the first thing I like to do is have them come in for a buyer consultation. That's where we write down the needs and wants. What are you looking for? You know, what is that going to do for you? What do you have now? How do you need to improve in that way? Why do you want to buy a home? And, you know, if it's their first time buying a home, they don't always know. There's a lot of trial and error because they don't know. They've never bought a home before. They've only used to what they're living in. So that was the case with Mark and Katie especially. You start off somewhere, and then when you're working with clients, you want to not only listen to what they tell you, but also all of the unspoken tells, how they react when you come into a property. If a property has everything that they're looking for, but they don't want to write an offer, well, there's something wrong there. You really have to dig deep, ask the questions. Really, the bottom line is become their friend because you have to see things from their point of view. And that's easy with Mark and Katie. They're so fun, they're so energetic, and it's easy to be their friend and want them to find the best place possible. So in my opinion, your next episode of The House Hunters would be the best thing if you were to have Mark and Katie, because who doesn't want to watch a cute young couple look for their first home in the finest city in America? So let's do it!